Ever been caught in the mighty winds of a hurricane? Here's how you can brace for impact. Imagine you're driving when the skies darken and the winds pick up. Your first instinct might be to pull over and wait it out, right? Wrong. You're better off leaving your vehicle and seeking shelter in a sturdy building. And if there's no building in sight, a ditch could be your next best bet. Now, let's say your home is a mobile one. Hurricanes can be particularly unforgiving to trailers. So, if you got time, don't hesitate to pack up and head to a safer location. It's a whirlwind of havoc, but with the right steps, you can ride it out. Remember, folks, when it comes to hurricanes, safety first. Up next, we're spinning into tornado territory. Hold on tight. Imagine you're in a public building and suddenly the sky turns a menacing green. That's when you know a tornado is about to strike. If you find yourself in this situation, remember this: stay as low as possible. This might sound strange, but trust me, it's your best bet. Avoid windows at all costs. They're a tornado's best friend. Large open spaces like auditoriums and gyms, they're a no-go zone. These areas turn into wind tunnels in a tornado, and trust me, you don't want to be in the middle of that. But guess what can be your friend? Sturdy furniture like desks and benches. If you can, get under them. They can provide an extra layer of protection. Remember, tornadoes are impossible to outrun, so always prioritize finding a safe place. Safety first, folks. From twisting winds to towering waves, let's dive into tsunami survival tips. Tsunamis, those walls of water that can stretch up to hundreds of feet high, are not your average waves. They are born out of violent underwater earthquakes and can hit coastal areas within mere minutes. If you're near the coast when an earthquake hits, don't wait for an official warning. Head to a tall, sturdy building immediately. Those beachfront hotels you admire, they could be your lifeline in a tsunami. And for our seafaring friends out there, if you're at sea when a tsunami strikes, don't rush to return to shore. Contrary to what you might think, your best bet is to stay put. The deeper water can actually provide some safety from the destructive force of a tsunami. When a tsunami strikes, remember, water won't be a safe haven. Now let's wade into the waters of flash floods. These rapid rivers can catch anyone off guard, but it's how we respond that can make all the difference. When those warning sirens blare, it's not a call to test your swimming skills, but a prompt to pack up and head for higher ground. Your important documents should always be in a waterproof container, ready to grab at a moment's notice. Flash floods are notorious for their speed and power, turning familiar streets into dangerous rapids within minutes. If you find yourself caught in the surge with no time to evacuate, resist the urge to swim. The water is often deeper and swifter than it seems, and it can carry hidden hazards like debris and downed power lines. It's not about being a hero, it's about being smart. In the face of flash floods, remember, don't be a hero, be safe. From rapid rivers to snowy slopes, let's slide into avalanche advice. Avalanches, those snowy sweeps that can catch us off guard, are a force to be reckoned with. When the snow starts moving, you should too. And I don't mean along with the flow. Try moving as quickly as you can to the side of the slope. The center, you see, carries the bulk of the snow. When it's a race against nature, every ounce matters. So if you're carrying any heavy equipment, drop it. It could be the difference between life and death. But what if you can't escape? What then? Well, in that case, look for a sturdy tree. Try to use it as a shelter to stay above the snow. It's not the best situation, but it's better than being buried. Remember, folks, during an avalanche, every second counts. Let's turn up the heat and talk wildfires. These blazing beasts are as unpredictable as they are ferocious, consuming everything in their path with a voracious appetite. If you find yourself in the vicinity of a wildfire, just remember, your breath is your lifeline. In the face of such fiery fury, protecting your airways becomes paramount. Smoke and ash can play havoc with your lungs, obstructing your breath and clouding your vision. A simple but effective tip: use a wet cloth to cover your nose and mouth. This can help filter out harmful particles and keep your breathing steady. But safeguarding your breath is just the start. You must also move, and move swiftly. Head for safety, away from the path of the flame. The beast may roar and rage, but your focus must be unyielding. Survival. When wildfires roar, remember, breathing is crucial. Finally, let's shake things up with earthquakes. When the ground beneath us starts to grumble and shake, it's easy to panic. But here's a fact that could save your life. If you're indoors, don't run outside. Surprisingly, the exterior of a building is one of the most dangerous places during an earthquake. Instead, drop to the floor, get under a sturdy table or desk, and cover your head and neck with your arms. Hold on to your shelter if it's shaking. If there's no table or desk near you, sit against an interior wall away from windows, glass, heavy furniture, and anything that could fall. Remember, the key is to stay put and protect yourself. So, when the earth decides to do a little shimmy and shake, don't let fear lead your steps. Instead, drop, cover, and hold on. In the midst of an earthquake, don't run outside, stay put and protect yourself.